Hey, this is Killed Texan, and talking to you today about a deal. It's called the thumb drive scam, and basically what it is guys are buying. They and guys are buying. They say, and a lot of times these come from China. So basically, um, people that are trying to sell you thumb drives, and when you'll know these when you go to search and you find like a USB 2.0 thumb drive that's got like 2 terabytes of space or 256 gig of space or all this other stuff, and you're getting it for like 15 bucks. And the simple fact of the matter is they don't exist. It is not true. It is wrong. And I hope this finds you before you discover that you've been scammed and lost that precious moment or that beautiful piece of history that you might have had and lose it forever, because that's awful, and it makes me absolutely sick to think that that happened. And because I've had some personal experience with that, where something goes wrong and you lose that bit of data, but to know that somebody actually lied to you to make a buck off of the fact that you lost that precious moment, that makes me absolutely sick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what you can do, and honestly, probably the best move, honestly, is to check the drive, see how big you can go with it. If it is not a legitimate drive, return it for a refund. In my particular case, I set it up and I got mine from Amazon. And I went to do the return, and they said, no, just keep it. Your refund has been processed, and just keep the drive, throw it out, hit it with a hammer, blow it up, shoot it, whatever. So what I'm going to do is, well, what I did is I found out how big the actual chip is. It is actually about a 32 gig drive, because I was able to write 28 gig of video to it, and then I ran a little test, and it said you got an additional 1.2 gig of usable space left. And because I have that amount left, I've gone ahead and determined, okay, it's a 32 gig drive, so technically I could use this as a 32 gig thumb drive. Now, there are utilities that exist that allow you to actually go in and modify the chip reporting on the drive itself that will allow it to report the true and accurate size of this particular drive. Me, I don't care. I really don't want to download the utility to do that. I know it's trusted and everything else. I just don't want to do it. I don't feel comfortable adding that software to my machine. And honestly, I don't really feel that comfortable having this USB drive plugged in, knowing that it was a fake drive, and the fact that it came, it probably came from China. And while I'm pretty clear on it, I went ahead and I pulled it up in DiskPart and I did a clean. So should have wiped out anything in there, but technically there could be other stuff hidden in it that may have, spyware, remote backdoors, whatever. So your best bet, honestly, pitch the drive, get rid of it, throw it out. In my particular case, I have a safe spot on a Linux box back in a corner that's off net, that allows me to go ahead and kind of still use it a little bit and just play around with it. So I'm going to show you on this particular machine, this particular expendable machine that I've got, and you know, basically what we can do to fix it. And again, I've done a clean on it. It's showing that it's a 256 gig drive. This is it right here. It is not. But what we're going to go ahead and do, you can do this through DiskPart if you're comfortable with command line. You basically select disk, you run a clean, then you could do a create partition, and then from there you can format it and go from there. But in this particular deal, I'm going to show you how to do it through the graphical interface. This is the disk management in Windows 10. Windows 7 has the same thing, disk management. Basically what you'll do is you'll bring up the drive, and you'll be able to identify it, probably by size and all that good stuff. And what you want to do is you want to just go ahead and delete the volume. And again, through my tests, I've discovered this is a 32 gig chip. Um, and so I'm thinking, all right, I should be able to go 30 gig pretty easy. So what I'm going to do, just create a new simple volume. I'm going to make it. And when you start thinking, okay, 32 gig, well, 30,000. Okay, let's be honest. A gigabyte or a terabyte is not 1,000 gig. It's 1,024 gig. a gigabyte is not 1,000 meg, it's 1,024 meg. It's because it works in binary numbers, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, 2048, all that good stuff, 4096. Um, you're dealing with binary numbers here. So when you start dealing with binary, they're doing approximations, and for ease of use to tell you, the customer, how big this particular drive is, they're giving you just a round number. Is it misleading? Yeah, but is it better to hear the 1024, 4096? I don't know. It's an ethical dilemma. Not, it's way above my pay grade. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and create a 30,000 meg, and technically I could figure out exactly how much I could put on here. I'm not going to worry about it. I don't care. An extra meg or two is not going to make a difference to me. So I'm just going to create a 32, or basically a 30 gig partition. I don't care what. I'm just going to assign it FAT32. I'm actually going to do it as EXFAT so that I can move it to a Linux machine, or a Linux machine will read it, and also a Mac machine I've got also on a segregated network will read it. So got this new volume here. I'm going to go ahead and actually I can format it here. I don't want it as FAT32. I want it as EXFAT, just because and I'm going to do it as vid store. Video storage basically is what I'm going to do. I'm going to perform a quick format, pop it out there, and now through my tests and everything, again, this is more of a public service announcement, and once you determine how big the files you can actually go, you're more than welcome to use it in the future. I would throw it away. If you get a refund, just say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice. I'm George Bush. So anybody who doesn't get that reference, George Bush. Anyway, never mind. Anyway, so you just probably pitch the drive if you feel like your stuff isn't at risk by keeping it. Go ahead and keep it, but just use it wisely. Don't put anything valuable on it, because it was a scam drive, so it could be even cheaper components than you thought originally. So I wouldn't trust it to save baby photographs that you only have one copy of. We'll put it that way. So anyways, hopefully that finds you before you lose that valuable data. And I just want y'all to know, and again, because I'm a drone pilot mostly for fun, so I just want to let y'all know that you should have fun and keep her in the air.